So these days, a lot of people are hiring people overseas, but the only problem with that is that you're not there in person to make sure that they are productive and held accountable. So in today's video, we'll be going over the top ways to actually boost remote worker productivity. These are all things that I've implemented in my own business. We have almost 20 people working overseas. I think that if you actually implement the things that we talked about, it's going to create a world of a difference in terms of productivity. So let's get started. The first best way to really boost your workspace efficiency and productivity is to use some type of platform like ClickUp. Now, I run all of my businesses and channels using ClickUp, and guys, it is amazing. It's one of the best platforms that I personally recommend to everyone I talk to. We'll have a link down below if you do want to try out ClickUp, but personally, in my experience, it has been the best platform to ensure that everything is running smoothly, tasks are being completed, and people know exactly what they need to do. We also have all our SOPs, systems, all our documents. It's all within ClickUp. So you can sort of think of it as like an office, except instead of being physical, it's a digital office, and everything within your company is going to be located within ClickUp. If you guys have not implemented this already, I highly recommend trying it out. There are other platforms out there like Notion and Asana and Monday.com. It doesn't really matter which one you use, but personally, I really like ClickUp. I think the automations are amazing. And if you're trying to build a big team overseas, then this is going to be the best choice in my opinion. The next top way to boost worker productivity is by having really clear SOPs. SOP stands for Standardized Operating Procedures. It's basically like a manual or guide to showing your workers how to do one specific task. And when you have an SOP, that means that your workers are going to know exactly what to do, like step by step. It's all outlined within that document. And so the time that you spend to create these SOPs, while it can be pretty annoying at first, just know that this is a very good use of your time. And really, yeah, you just need to make an SOP one time. After that, you can be pretty confident that that task is done correctly from there on out. So have SOPs for all the different tasks that are repeated in the business. That's gonna make people work more efficiently. It's gonna make it more easy, and it's gonna require them to use less brain power to figure things out. Next is you may want to give a monthly bonus. Okay, so this doesn't work for everyone. It really depends on your business type, who you've hired, what positions, a ton of different things. But there are a lot of people out there that are really incentivized to do better if there are commissions or bonuses involved. So instead of just paying a flat rate per month, maybe have a hybrid deal where you pay a smaller flat rate and you have some type of commission or you have some type of performance-based incentive to get them to work harder. Again, this is not gonna work well with everyone. Some people are more inclined to have that safety net of just a flat fee, but others that are gonna be inclined to work more efficiently and faster and better if there is some type of incentive to do so. Next is actually tracking hours or activity using something like HubStaff. Now, most workers, I'll say, do not like this because it does require them to install software and actually hit when they're starting to work, as well as click out when they're done working. You have the option to check out their activity levels, what apps they're working on. So yes, it can be a little bit intrusive, but I do find that if you want people to actually work full time or their set hours, and you want them to not sort of like mess around and go on Reddit and other websites like that, then yes, using something like HubStaff can be very effective. This is not going to work well for all teams or all types of workers. So yeah, really use your own judgment on whether or not you want to implement using something like HubStaff. The next is a daily accountability call or email. Now, I do recommend having a call every single day. Even better is if you have a call at the start of their shift and then a call at the end of it, or you can do some type of hybrid where you have a call at the start or end, and then at the other end, there is an email. What's worked really well for us is having some type of end of shift update. This is basically where they send an email or they type on Slack what was accomplished. And of course, yeah, that gives them some more accountability because if they don't do anything during the day, they're not gonna have anything to write in that report. Also, working remotely can get pretty lonely for your workers. So that's where having that call every single day at the start or end of their shift can make it seem, more like a team culture and make them happier to work. Okay, the next tip I have for you guys is to have some type of public scorecard. This is gonna be some type of scorecard that everyone has access to with certain KPIs. These are key performance indicators. These are things or numbers that they need to hit. And the first reason why this is so useful and effective is because it's public, right? Other people can see their progress, how well they've worked. And so that does create a ton of social incentive. The other reason is because it gives some type of concrete number that they need to hit. Instead of working blindly, just doing XXX, having some type of maybe weekly or monthly monthly scorecard can sort of make their job like a game. There's a tangible thing that they need to actually hit or reach, and that works well for a lot of people. I just recommend setting realistic KPIs and not putting KPIs that are, pretty unrealistic that they can't hit. There has to be a balance between overworking people as well as not giving them enough stuff to do. The next thing I recommend implementing is some sort of really easy communication platform. So for us, we use Slack for all our businesses. This just makes it a lot simpler for people to talk to one another. And yes, they are working remotely. They can be in different countries, but the thing that will never go away is the importance of communication within a business. People do need to communicate with one another. They do need to work together on projects. So making that as simple and easy as possible really is important. Our favorite is Slack. We use it for everything. I think most companies also use Slack as well, and there is a reason for that. And then lastly is hiring a specific position called the head of operations. This is also known as the COO, basically someone that can oversee everything. You can also have someone like a project manager oversee other contractors, but essentially as the business owner yourself, it's probably very tough, especially as your business grows, to talk to everyone. You won't be able to effectively manage more than maybe 3, 4, 5 people at a time. So if you have a lot more people within your organization, you're gonna wanna have managers for each of those people. And if you have multiple managers, then you may want to have that head of operations, someone that can basically oversee everything that's happening. I guarantee you, one reason why your workers are not being as productive as they should is because you are not properly managing them. You're not talking to them enough. You're not implementing the things we talked about in this video. And yeah, working on the optimization and efficiency of your remote workers is something that has a huge ROI. That's why I think this video is so important. If you guys do have remote workers within your organization, definitely implement some of these things. Even a, let's say 10 to 20% boost in productivity can have huge effects on the growth trajectory of your business. Anyways, I hope you guys got some value from this video. Again, if you guys do want the best overseas talent, we can make that possible. Check out our website down below and we would love to help you out. Make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe for more content just like this, as on this channel, we do a ton of content that helps you hire correctly. Thank you for your time and I'll see you in the next video.